Mm. Hello, everybody. This is me coming to you from the hotel room. I've not done a video properly in a chair in front of my computer in a couple days. It is April 2nd. It's my fifth day after my surgery, and just wanted to touch base on a couple things. And a bit of a heads up, I am going to show two drawings that I drew about the surgical site. And so if you are underage, not an adult, or whatever, I'm giving you this warning now. I don't necessarily think it's anything inappropriate that you would not find in a medical textbook. Okay, so this is educational. This is the intent of it. It is not something sexual, perverted, or whatnot. So at your own risk, I'm going to tilt the monitor there. So just a couple things. For the blog, day 5, obviously I am up and about. It's my first day wearing makeup again and color coordinated, or tried to be. I really wanted to, let me get a swig of juice here, water. I really wanted to get out of bed today and sometimes I wanted to be reminded why I did what I did. Okay, last couple of days, I've been in a bed, sitting in a chair, felt like shit. And, today I was like, okay, I am Karen Gray Owl. Hear me roar. I'm going to get out of bed, get dressed, whatnot. So today was a bit of an outgoing day. I also decided today to cut my pain dosages in half. I was prescribed 2 pills every 4 hours as needed for pain, with a maximum of 8 pills, I think, a day. And today I did 1 pill instead of 2. And so really just to take the edge off, I was kind of tempted to take 2 pills. My last one, this technically it's 11 o'clock here in Indianapolis. Indianapolis, land of a million potholes. It's 11 p.m. here, and it's kind of the end of the day. So I was tempted to take 2 just to sleep through the night. But really, I really want to get a gauge for what is the real pain. What is my pain? What is my real pain level? And to do that, you're not going to get that if you're taking all your dosage. But that's what I did for me. I'm not advocating it for someone else. Excuse me, messing up my hair here. And I've survived the day. I've survived the day. I will say that. The pain is a discomfort pain, and we'll get to that in a minute. So let's talk a little bit about what you can expect when you have your surgery. Okay, so the afternoon of my first day having surgery, the evening, okay, as I was being a little wonky and in and out, I took the mirror out of my bag. I'm going to put this in front of the screen. It's going to take a minute for the, okay. And to me, this is backwards. To you, it's probably forwards, but look down at your crotch. You have your legs, and this is your crotch area, okay? Top of your crotch, your belly, your butthole, okay? And it's like this, like huge diaper-like thing. Lots of padding, lots of packing in there. And the only real pain I could feel were at these 2 X's, okay, at the base of the base of this mega bandage, okay. And for 4 days, that was the view that I saw, okay. This was it. Every time I looked down, this is what I could see. Now, over the course of the couple days, this area here in shaded, okay, as I think fluid and blood and everything got involved in this and kind of stiffened it up a little bit, there was a gap on the sides represented by this shaded area, okay? And that's just where physically, you know, there was a gap between, as this thing got hard, okay, like a rock kind of, there was a gap along the leg line, and I could kind of turn in the mirror and see on the side, okay, that's where the stitches were. I could kind of feel with my finger. It was clean. You know, a lot of swelling, and I could feel the stitch line. Okay, but that was it. That's all I could see until the last day of the hospital. Okay, and then it was yesterday on day 4, or was it? What is today? Today's Monday. Yeah, yesterday. Ta-da, the big reveal. Took off the bandage. Okay, so this is where we're going to get a little graphic on the next graphic. No pun intended. Ready? Okay. Be warned. Okay, so this is going to take me a little bit to get into the focus. Same kind of deal, and I apologize. I'm holding with my hand. Leg, leg. This is the area that was protected by the bandage. Okay, and as I stuck my finger in that little shaded area, these are the stitches that I could feel, okay, along the sides. But with that bandage on, you really couldn't get too far, and you probably we shouldn't be doing. We're curious. It's our bodies. Again, I'm not advocating it. I didn't stick my finger in too much. It hurt, and I was like, okay, enough. But let's talk about this geography a little bit. So with the bandage off, okay, you can see that this row of stitches and this row of stitches, okay, is probably where your testicles were, okay. And then if you go to your rectum here, your perineum is down here. There's almost like a crossroads, right? Smeg in the middle, and that's where I drew this little circle, okay. These stitches kind of run into it. On the bottom, it kind of run into it. It reminded me of if you wrap Christmas presents like I do, on some sides of the Christmas presents, you have a perfect wrapping, and then you have like this other side that's like the black sheep of the wrapping family, where everything kind of comes together and you kind of smush it, and everything kind of gets ramrodded together. You know, I think you take up the extra slack in the wrapping paper, and so whoops, and so this is like that area that everything kind of comes together, okay. And if you watch videos on the surgery and whatnot, these are the incisions that's made down on the bottom that they actually attach the sac when they push it back in, and they do the bottom. This is kind of the, you know, they have to make the groove. And anyway, you know, if you watch videos, you know what that is. So these things don't really hurt, the stitches. Now, next to them, you'll see these lines, okay. This is the swelling, okay, which I'm calling, and I'm not a doctor, but that's the labia majora, okay, the big lips, as it were. And I think, to me, this side is more tender and swollen and tough. I mean, it reminds me of if you've had turkey at Thanksgiving, and you know, it's someone maybe overcooked the turkey and it's dry, and the flesh is really rough on the outside. Okay, that's what it reminds me of. It's very hard flesh. Okay, and in my opinion, again, I'm not a doctor. The skin is tight. Things have been messed with. Why wouldn't it swell, right? So this is where really, to me, the pain kind of, it's just uncomfortable, okay, and very, very rigid, very, very rigid, okay. Now up top here, this tube, okay, that I drew looks like a straw kind of. This is the catheter tube, okay, and I guess I didn't really do a good job up here. You know, you would have the tube kind of snaking out. And so you knew that there was something going on there. And the tube goes in. This is to your urethra, not your urethra, your urine tube, okay? And in me, that kind of disappears into no man's land. It goes in back. I've noticed that on the top edge, right here between the tube top and the upper wall. Okay, I think, and again, I'm not a doctor. I think that's the head. That's the I can't think of the name of it, on the penis, the top of the shaft. The I'm going to say glands, but that's not it either. The top of the penis, the real sensitive area. I think that's what that is. I think that's the part of it that's been clipped. And so once the healing has gone down, the swelling has gone down, that is like our G spot. Okay, once that recedes in a little bit and goes up at the top where it is right now, that's going to be the G spot. That's going to be the, okay, I hope, knock on wood. And if not, hell, we'll find out later on. Okay. Obviously in between, you have the folds. Okay. Which are the, what I would kind of assume to be the labia minora, the lips. Okay. Going in. And then this stuff in the middle is all packing. I can't see beyond that. And actually, a little bit of my packing has come out and it's draped down like a ribbon, and it reminds me of like the neck of a turkey. A little gobble, gobble, gobble. And so it's like you have the turkey head up here and then the beak, and then you have this little gobble, gobble, gobble. And of course, it's red from all the blood and everything, not to gross you out. And that's it. And that's what I've been seeing. I saw it yesterday, and of course, obviously, I've seen it today. And like I said, this side, if you touch it, it's a little bit loose, whereas this side is definitely firmer. And I think that's the swelling and whatnot. But you can feel, the tissue and whatnot over here, and it's like, okay, well, it's not as loose and or not as tight, and then you have this ridge that's kind of like itchy and whatnot, and as you go in, you can feel this other ridge that's like where the swelling is, and then it goes down, and this is pliable. In the same way, the other side, although for me, this side is by far more swollen. I don't know, maybe if more work had to be done. If I when I take off the bandage and I replace it, and then later I replace it, the blood I think is coming from the packing as well as from this little black spot, this area down here where everything is kind of tied together. It's the bottom and a lot of moisture there, and I think that's to be expected if you're trying to think of a better analogy than this, but we have this tube, right, that's been implanted in us, for lack of a better word, and you would think all of the moisture inside, goes down the walls and works its way out. And so, yeah, at the bottom of that, you would expect there to be a lot of moisture, coming out. Just my theory. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be. But I can only share with you that as I get to know the new geography, that's what's going on. So, so that's where we're at on day 5. What else can I share with you for the blog? Pain is manageable. Definitely hurts to sit down and to get up. And when I'm in bed, again, to roll over, there's just that brief transition period, no pun intended, that transition period where you're shifting, and I think we're rolling on that. We're rolling over on top of this, and there's all that pressure. That hurts. And then for a moment when we stand up, again, the weight of our body, and I think our tissue and our blood, and I'm not a doctor, it's pushing down on that weak spot. You think about all the things that have been put together and sewn and packed in. I think that is the weakest link, for lack of a better word. Wet my whistle here. So that's what I have encountered here on day 5. I find that the best time to look is in the afternoon. you can see if I made any videos or pictures, or I posted it on my Facebook page, pictures of me with flowers. And you can see out the windows, it's very, very sunny. And so the light comes into the room. And so the afternoons have been really the best time to get out the mirror and angle myself so I can see a little bit more about what's going on. But there's definitely a lot of self-discovery. Okay. I mean, I'm learning what the new geography is and what's where. And it's odd in some ways. There are times I feel somewhat phantom pain. Like, I can tell you when I stand up, I can feel a sharp pain, and I think it's like my left testicle, which is no longer there, but it's like a phantom, like people that lose a limb or their arm or their leg, and they have a pain, and it's like in their elbow, but they don't have an elbow anymore. But to them, it feels like it's there. And so I have kind of experienced that. Now, the only thing I didn't talk about is, obviously when you're in bed, I had a Foley bag, a catheter attached to the side of the bed that captured a lot of fluid. And they told me to drink a lot of water to push, to help my kidneys out, push the fluid. And instead, I'm not going to show you because I can't. I won't reach up that far. But I have what's called a thigh bag. It's what looks like a drip bag that's attached to the hose, my catheter hose. Okay, and it's like holstered on my leg. And I'd say about once every 2 hours I have to empty that, and you can feel, it beats against your leg when you walk down the hall. And during the night, again, you have to get up and change your bag, and I'm surprised how much urine I make. But I think that's it as far as day 5 goes. Like I said, pain is manageable. What else can I tell you? I've been walking around. We ran out of toilet paper. I went downstairs and asked for more toilet paper, and they have a little corner, a cubby store that sells, it's if you want during the middle of the night, if you want Pop-Tarts or microwave food or whatnot, and that's where the coffee machine is. It's free. So we'll run downstairs and walk, and you can get coffee for your room too, but it's good to get up and walk. I mean, that's what I was told. I need to do at least 3 bits of exercise a day walking, and so it's really good for me. So here I am again, day 5. I got out of the hospital yesterday, and they pulled off the thing, and whatever. You can start walking. You can live your life. It's not like I'm stuck in bed all day long. Although that does feel really good to be in bed. What else can I tell you? And I think I mentioned it in the video last night. It definitely is different. In why would we do it if it wasn't? But just your genitalia is to be, to be when you're wearing underwear, right? And let me draw something real quick on here. When you're wearing your panties or whatnot, okay, you're wearing panties, so you have a piece of cloth covering this up. Okay, this is gonna sound, you're gonna be like, duh, okay to me, and that's okay, I'll take it. But that delicate, sensitive thing, okay, our genitalia now, my genitalia now, is protected by this really thin piece of underwear, and so it's like I said, somehow in the last couple days, my crotch has developed this sanctities, sacred vessel, to be enshrined and loved and protected, you know. And not to get too metaphysical here, or, you know, it's definitely from I think the closest analogy I can think of is from a pagan point of view, and obviously, you know, I'm a witch, but you know, a wand, okay, is basically a penis, right? You wave your wand and you force energy. Wrong hand for me. You force energy. You know, your energy out, okay. Whereas a cup or cauldron is a vessel. You know, it's the female sexuality. It's something to be held, embraced, and cherished, and it's receptive. You know, and so again, I don't know, it makes me just one of those things. Just amazes me. I'm easily entertained, I guess. But all right, so that's it for day 5. And I do just thank you for letting me share with you. And it's definitely been my experience. Your mileage may vary, okay? And I wish everyone the best of luck in their journey, and the best of luck in becoming the best version of themselves that they want to be, okay? And we'll continue on. The story is not over yet. Will it ever be? I don't know. Stay tuned. Till next time. Good luck, and bye-bye.